Hey, everybody. I've had a lot of questions this week about the reflections activities with Desmos. In some of the stuff you've submitted, I've tried to give the best feedback I could, but I decided to go ahead and maybe this video will help make things a little more clear. So I've got two examples. These are not examples from the activities you have to submit, but they're examples that look like them. Um, so let's try this. On these activities, it's going to give you some directions. First direction, click and drag each point to where its image would be if it was reflected over the y-axis. Then write the ordered pairs of the reflected image in the box below. Be sure to use parentheses and labels for each point. Each of these points has a letter associated with it. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C, this is point D. Those letters need to be included in your answer, as well as the fact that they have an ordered pair that goes with them. So here's how this works. When you reflect anything over the y-axis, the rule says the x will change signs, the y stays the same. I should probably write the word change in there. So here's how that works now. In an ordered pair, you have an x number and a y number. So the first number, no matter what it is, if you're reflecting over the y-axis, the first number is going to change its sign. If it's positive, it becomes negative. If it's negative, it becomes positive. The second number stays the same. So in your answer box, you don't have to write this part, but I do need to see what those ordered pairs would be after the reflection. Now, for me, the way I learn, I have to actually write out the ordered pairs in the beginning. I know it says on the question, click and drag and then do this, but I need to have this done first. So starting out, point A right now, how I read this ordered pair right here is it's over 2 on the x-axis and up 4 on the y-axis. So this ordered pair is 2, 4. The ordered pair for B is over 6 and up 3. So the ordered pair for B should be 6, 3. The ordered pair for C is 1, 2 over, 1 up. And the ordered pair for D is over 6, but then it's on the x-axis, so it doesn't go up at all. Now, here's what you don't have to have this part in your answer, but I do just so I can see it. If I follow this rule, the x value changes signs. So for point A, this 2 is positive, it becomes negative. Oops. And the y value stays the same. So that 4 stays the same. And we'll come down here. The x value changes signs. It's a positive 6. It becomes a negative 6. The y is a 3. It stays the same. For point C, the x is a 2, so it becomes negative 2. The y is a 1, stays the same. D is a 6, 0, so the x changes signs, becomes negative 6. 0 stays the same. So here's what this second set of numbers right here is what you would have in your answer box. Now I'm going to go over and now I can do the reflection because I can actually check it with these. You can do one of two things. You can either plot these points on the graph, drag A over to negative 2, 4, drag the letter for B over to that. Or I look at this and I'm reflecting over this big center line right here. If I look at A, it's 1, 2 units away from the y-axis. A reflection is a mirror image. So it should be 1, 2, and it's going to be another 1, 2 units away on this side. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units away. So it's going to stay on that same line, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units away over here. C is 2 away over here. So it's going to go 2 away on this side. And D is on the x-axis and it's at the 6. So it's going to be on the x-axis and it's going to be at the negative 6. Now, when you look at the picture, it looks like this has flipped over. So if this was the front, this is the back. Or I could take this and fold it on the y-axis, and these two shapes would sit on top of each other. Notice I didn't just slide it over. It's starting from left to right and going down. Up over here, it's from left to right, it's going up. A reflection is a mirror image. So then this is what you would submit. Now, let's do one where we reflect over the x-axis. So here's that rule for a reflection over the x-axis. This time, the x value stays the same, but the y changes signs. So on this ordered pair, or on this polygon, point A is sitting at -6, 2. B is sitting at -5, -2. C is sitting at -1, -1. D, is sitting at -2, 1. Why did that J sit in there? All right. So I'm going to apply this same thinking. First number stays the same. Second number changes signs. So if my first number is a -6, it's going to stay a -6. And then this time my second number is a 2. It's going to become a -2. Let's look at B. B is at -5, -2. First number stays the same. Second number changes signs. Now, since it's already negative, I need to make it positive because it has to change signs. C, first number stays the same. Second number changes signs. It's a -1. I'm going to make it a +1. And D, -2, and that's a +1. I'm now going to make it a -1. Now, this one can look a little trickier because of the fact that I'm reflecting it over the x-axis, which is this wide one right here, but it's sitting on top of it. So it's actually going to stay in the same area, but it's going to turn upside down. These ordered pairs are going to help me. I can still use the same thinking. X-axis here, it's 1, 2 away from the x-axis. I can just take it and go 2 away from the x-axis on this side. Or I can graph these points, doesn't matter. B is 1, 2 away here, so I'm going to go 1, 2 away up here. C is at -1, 1. I can take it and just go up to the -1, 1, or realize that it was 1 away to begin. Now I'm going to make it 1 away in the end. Same thing with the D. So now you can see the shape just turned upside down, but it really didn't move around. So I hope this clears up a little bit of the confusion with reflections over the X and Y. They're really easy. It's a mirror image. Some of you I know are struggling with the ordered pairs and how to graph them and write them. Hopefully this helped you a little bit. Please be sure you take screenshots of each question when you're done answering it and submit those in the Echo Dropbox. And email me or schedule an appointment if you feel like you need some extra help. Talk to you guys soon.